I don't know. I should have named it now, because I wanted this one to be an evergreen one. Hey, liberal, can you stop coughing? Facts don't care about fans. So facts don't kill about your feelings. You didn't wear your
mask before we started recording, so you know.
You're dying. You're dead. You're dying now because I didn't wear my mask. So you really think about it.
There's a lot going on in the news today, guys.
Hey, buddy, did you just say you're high functioning right now, right?
Yes.
Well, where's your microphone? Hey, Primo, where's your microphone? Primo, where's your microphone?
All right, you're done drinking.
Primo, where's your microphone?
This guy's done.
Why? Because I'm like saying more than 2 sentences for once.
Well, I'm trying to give an intro. There's a lot going on in the news this week, guys. We got a brand new pope. Hopefully, you guys seen the last episode. Then we got HH. Can I say the full?
No, the song's called HH. It's just called HH.
But there's a parentheses right after.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because the song isn't officially out. So
okay, so I'm not gonna say it, but it's Hail. You know who? And
just say Ye has a new song.
Ye has a new song, HH. It's a really good song. We did listen to it on the ride here to the studio. We do have a studio now. We did buy out a warehouse to record our
We have a warehouse now where we have a fake room
to record.
You know that's how what's his name, Kai Cenat records.
And Aiden Ross too, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
No, I think Aiden Ross is one of them boys, so he probably he just does that at his home.
Nah, I think he's too lazy. But it's funny how like you always tell me bro, we need this on the set. We need this on the set. I'm like, yeah, it was funny if it wasn't a real room, but yeah, it doesn't work like that. You I think even I remember there was one what's it called? There was one Kamala Harris interview, Camilla Harris interview, where it was like they literally built a set. It was what's her name? You know that the podcast?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They built a set. They built a set, and then the questions were moderated.
Yeah, but it was funny because I guess the set that the podcaster had, it was just a part of her house or whatever, a studio. But then because to do the one with Camilla, she had to literally build a whole set, or the government, or not the government, her campaign. You know,
the Freemasons.
They wasted so much money. No, they wasted so much money. You know that they gave like a bunch of campaign money to what's it called, to Beyonce to perform at the a lot of it. I heard just to have Beyonce perform.
Her and the Stallion.
Wait, no. I don't even think she performed. She just showed up at the show.
Yeah, I remember she started crying. No, J-Lo started crying, right?
Cause Diddy. She ain't with Diddy anymore.
She ain't with Diddy no more.
Are you trying to flex right now?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
You have anything else you want to flex?
My penis, but we're not on Rumble. Or, I'm sorry, OnlyFans.
Oh, Rumble is homosexual. So.
I only like Rumble because it has Nick and all the Fresh and Fit episodes.
Based?
But
then, you know how they always have ads for this is how you can lose weight. You just need to put apple cider with ice cubes and
you shove it up your ass
and all that stuff to make it work.
You gotta shove it deep in your anal cavity.
Wait, but can't you actually get higher on stuff if you put it up your ass? Is that true?
Yes, if we were to put these Corona sun brews up our ass, we could probably get drunk faster.
Is that part of that one thing that what's it called? I think Zerka talks about it, where the highest way you can gain information is by having I don't want to say penetrating another man.
Basically, what he teaches, and this is what the Greeks used to believe, and the Egyptians, is that you can you can get knowledge through knowledge. You can get it through semen, right?
Let's watch that. They'll watch this. Keep on talking. I'm gonna.
You can get knowledge through semen, basically. And I saw him. Actually, I was rewatching.
That doesn't make sense because women don't.
No. But that's what makes them stupid, because they fuck dumb niggas.
Oh.
You see? Why do you think Jordan Peterson is so smart? Because he gets fucked by Ben Shapiro. You know what I mean?
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
How old is this video?
Up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge. In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new bookshelves that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new books that I bought. It's like the billionaire Warren Buffett says, the more you learn, the more you earn. Now, maybe you've seen my TEDx talk where I talk about how I read a book a
I
day.
wonder if this guy talked about like red pill stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Why you subscribe to him?
No, because he did an episode with Fresh and Fit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look up Ty Lopez Fresh and Fit.
But like, okay, maybe he kind of like just talks about regular stuff. Cause on Fresh and Fit, I remember the only time I ever watched Fresh and Fit, it was because it was gonna be like Destiny versus Nick, and like the guy before, he was talking about how like you can monetize YouTube or like automated YouTube videos. And I'm like, no, like half of Fresh and Fit is like talking about like, oh, how do you get women or all this stuff, and then the other half is like how to like scam the system. That's what I don't know. That's kind of what I don't like about it. That's probably because of
Well, you like following the system?
No, I don't like the whole thing where not to get a little too political, but I don't like the idea that like to like live in modern society, at least in America, you have to kind of like scam people.
Well, that's kind of what you have to do.
That's why people don't. I think that's why people don't like billionaires, because they believe that the only way to get rich is to scam people. Like they don't think that like the type of people who get rich, they get rich because they created something smart or they did something to like legit improve society. They just think, oh, he like I don't know, like Elon Musk like scams.
Well,
someone.
you kind of have to like scam people in a way.
Yeah. So that's
that's any fucking industry that you're in, dude.
Well, I think the idea was like the thing that we were taught was that all you need to do is, you know, can you pull your hand out? Can you put that down? Can you put that down? Put that down. What you were taught is to give a firm handshake to someone. They're gonna. I was trying to.
Was that a Masonic handshake?
Well, they can't see because both of our hands are brown, so they can't really like see it. It's just like. Well,
Boaz.
They could just see that my skin color is lighter.
Boaz.
But
Boaz. Oh, you don't know what to say. Never mind, guys. He's not a Mason.
I thought you were just like, I don't know, just being racist. But anyway, that's why people have don't have trust to billionaires, because they believe that they made their money illegitimately. But for us in our generation and all these guys, how many scams do you think? Not scams, but how many methods of gaining money do you think Ty Lopez has have to
A bunch. Ever since he did that first video of knowledge.
But back in the day, what it was taught is all you need to do is give a firm handshake to someone, be like, I want to work here, and then you get 100K or whatever compared to that back in the day was. That's how it was treated as. But now,
but that was a lie. No. Look, I'm not trying to promote them or anything, but it's true what they're saying. You kind of have to like scam, lie, cheat, and manipulate to get money.
Yeah.
But that's every industry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think sometimes they're kind of like out of touch, because in every year, every other year, every decade, there's a new way of making money, right? Now, I don't want to sound like that guy, and I know you're going to fucking laugh when I say it.
HVAC is the way.
No, the trades in general is the best way to get money right now. But that's right now. In 25, 30 years, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, or welding might not be the best way to get money anymore. Carpenters made a lot of money. I think it was from like the 90s up until the 2010s. Do you know what fucked them up in the 2010s?
Us.
The recession. The recession, illegal aliens coming in. That's what fucked it up. Carpentry, there's niggas that had great careers of doing carpentry.
True.
But what happened? The 2008 recession, then all the illegals started coming in, so all these contractors started using them as their labor force, and that's what fucked it up for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every year, every decade, half a decade, or whatever, has a different way of making a lot of money, off capitalizing off a lot of money, making a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Right now, yes. If you become an HVAC, an electrician, or a plumber, you're going to be making that fucking dough. But in 20, 30 years, unless you already have a background in that trade, you might not make that much money. Real shit.
Well, okay.
I'm going to grab another beer. What were you going to ask?
Go get your beer.
Okay.
What I was gonna
entertain
I'm
them.
gonna ask the question right now, and then you're gonna answer it. So, but you need to get your beer, obviously, because we're adults. We're high functioning adults already. But my question I was gonna ask you is, how many times in Fresh and Fit's history, because you watch them allegedly all the time, or at some point you did, how many times do they tell them to go get HVAC or jobs?
they never say HVAC, but they say to go do a trade, because there's literally there's clips of them talking about getting into the trades, but they did a whole interview with a linesman, electrician, about getting into a trade. I can't remember what the name of the guy was, but they did do one not that long ago. And then they do videos about credit, about how to improve your credit, about housing, real estate, and all that. Can you get the opener?
What?
The opener.
What? I like how you had to ruin his flow just because they were like, "Oh, I need to open my beer." Well, I didn't know that. I thought that because my problem with some internet influencers that either they just like blindly endorse going into the trades just because they know that they need someone that's gonna fix their garage or fix their heating.
No. It is a real issue that we have. We do have we don't have enough guys getting into the trades. Like, I sound like a fucking promoter, but no, this is a real thing. We don't have enough guys getting into the trades. By 2030, we're not gonna have enough linesmen to power the fucking supplies, to power this fucking podcast, dude. Like, I'm not just saying this shit just to say it. Like, I'm being like fucking real. Like, we're not gonna have enough linesmen to power the U.S. and Canada, because the union goes into Canada too. So we're not gonna have enough guys to do all that shit. So it's gonna become an issue pretty soon, even with the plumbers. Now, me personally, I do think that the unions are a bit of an issue when it comes to that, because the unions are controlled by people, and that kind of fucks it up for everybody else. Because you could probably become a plumber tomorrow if you wanted, but you can't. Because why? Because they're being controlled by a shadow organization, right?
Yeah, so that's why you're right. It might not be now that's profitable. Or it
No,
might not
now
in the
it's
future,
profitable. In the near future, depending on what trade it is, it'll be profitable. But even if it's profitable, my nigga, do you really want to work 6-7 days a week?
No. I think that's why all these people
That's another issue, and I'm speaking from personal experience. There's a lot of niggas that want to get into the trade, and then what happens is they get in, and then they're like, no, I can't do this, because they take up too much of their time. They can't hang out. They can't be with their family. They can't be with their friends. Now, I do believe it is important to make time for friends and family, but still, you do have to sacrifice some things to become successful in the trades, or even just to work in the trades.
Wow. But I don't know what I was trying to get at is that I feel like a lot of these people I'm not saying it's a bad thing to work in the trades, but it's like that's like the only thing they recommend people do. Well,
because college, I think the reason why they're pushing it so much is because most people that go to college are only going to college to get shitty degrees, right? Except, for example, right, the audience knows and you know that I love philosophy and theology, right?
Yeah.
Do I need to go get a fucking degree in that? No. Right, because there's plenty of books, there's a lot of online courses, there's a lot of communities on the internet that can help you understand theology, right? I don't need to go to college for that shit. I would love to become a philosopher and theologian, but guess what? I don't need to go to college to do that shit. I could literally just do that shit just watching YouTube videos, reading shit in real life, listening to audiobooks, joining forums, hanging out, or try to find community of people.
But the problem is that the education system has a point of legitimacy. Even if it's not, even if it's
Okay, but
illegitimate
you
on
know,
paper.
but you,
if you could just say,
you as a
if
person,
if you just say, oh, I learned about this through online. Like some guy with a degree can just be like, look at this fucking jerk off. You get into a debate with someone, you'd be like, yeah, this guy's a retard.
Okay, but the people with college degrees, the people with college degrees are the same people telling us.
Too. Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. Those are the same people telling us that a man could be a woman.
Instantly, someone can check you and be like, yeah, but you don't have a degree and you look like a jabroni. That's the problem. That's why.
But that means us as a society, we need to shift the attitude.
We don't want no one going to college. People still need to be going to college. We don't want to do that.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. We
still need people going to college. We just need people to be self and not like just filter. When I went to college, I tried to filter through all the libtard BS. I couldn't do it, and honestly, I just blame that why I dropped out. But the problem is, it's like being Protestant, being Catholic. It's like, okay, why do I give a shit about this guy who randomly started saying he was a pastor? When there's this guy who, I don't know, he's a priest, Catholic priest, or whatever, more legitimate.
Because he went to the priestly orders.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. Some guy that went to school, sacrificed, I don't know how many years, 8 years of his life to learn philosophy, compared to you, who on paper, I'm not saying you don't have more knowledge, but on paper, you're just a guy that watched YouTube videos. And at the end of the day, that's how it's going to be perceived by people.
Well, it's kind of like the way the Jews looked at Jesus, not to bring the Bible into it.
That's why people love Jordan B. Peterson, because he had knowledge.
Yeah, look at what he turned out.
And he said, but I'm saying on paper. That's why people like Jordan B. Peterson, because he was an educator, he was a professor, and he had the authentication to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
You need people.
I get what you're saying, because I think the argument that we're having isn't like me versus you. I think it's you're just trying to present their argument versus people like me.
Yes, because that's
because that authenticates. Okay, for example, like if Zerka, right? If Zerka says, "Oh, women stop maturing past the age of 16," right? Yeah, Arthur Schopenhauer and Plato both said that, but because he says it, that invalidates it versus Arthur Schopenhauer or Plato saying it, because Plato.
No, it just doesn't feel like it's from a valuable source.
Exactly, but that doesn't make it any less true. That's my argument, not to you, but to like people that say shit like that.
Because the problem is that let's talk about politics. Don't except for Trump, all the politicians come from big colleges. They all come from big colleges. Come from Harvard. I think a lot of them come from Yale.
Yeah.
So, how are you going to get into that system? How?
Play the system like Trump did.
No, but you have to literally.
But Trump bought into the system.
You have to be a billionaire, literally. That's the only way. Okay. I do believe
the
system.
I do believe the people, because I do have faith in Jesus. I do believe the people can
decipher what's true or not.
Yes, because that's what we did in 1776. 1776 will prevail. In the words of Alex Jones.
In the words of Alex Jones is, I don't think the big problem is the truth.
ブラジリオン
I don't think that's all the problem.
Bro,
we're not on Rumble, bro. I tried looking up brain rot videos and I didn't really get anything. Like, like those little videos? Oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah.
Dude, AI's cooked. Oh my gosh. Okay,
but yeah, so I kind of want to segue into the shit that we originally were supposed to talk about. So, just because you don't have a... How do I say this? Just because you don't have a degree in history or philosophy doesn't mean that what you have to say doesn't make it legit, right? So, let's look at Ye, right? Right? Ye recently came out with a song called HH, right? I think you guys can figure that out, right? This song HH was taken down from the internet Spotify and Apple Music because of the content, right? Now, what was the content in the video, right? Not really much other than him saying HH, right? Now,
No.
what did he say?
He said I can't see my children.
Okay. So do you think a man...
I said I'm playing... There is a deeper analysis to it. It's not like he just said HH. That's not the whole entire thing.
Okay.
It's not like he just...
So then what's the point?
That's what I want to do. I want to put it into the video. Did you see the video and do you think there was a deeper meaning to it?
I knew there was a deeper meaning to it, but I didn't look that deep enough into it.
This is allegedly the guy who sees esoteria and everything, saying he did not see...
I seen a bunch of black guys saying HH.
That's it?
Like I said, I know there was a deeper meaning to it. I just didn't take the time to figure it out.
I didn't take time either. I just saw it and I was like, okay, I understand the meaning.
Well, then what, are we going to watch it or what?
Okay, yeah, we're going to watch it. We're going to watch HH, aka the song by Ye, artist formerly known as Kanye West. All right? I'm going to break it down, most of it. There's one thing I didn't know about it, and I'll explain that later.
Yeah, because I told you.
He
said, oh, you're not esoteric. I did look into it.
No, it's just you. It was from knowledge that you already knew. Knowledge. I'm trying to get the full understanding of the whole entire music video. This is the music video. This is the official visualizer. Now, if you've been following Ye, you know that the song was already cooking. He had like the base idea of the song, and this is pretty much kind of like the final draft.
I'm gonna go pee real quick. Play the song.
No, you need to watch it with me.
Give me a second. Do some ad libs.
This is the pieces right here, and the Walkins is right here. Maybe this guy is right there, and then I get doxxed, and then I have to go full Cliff Booth. But anyway, here's the video. I'm gonna do like every frame of pause, aka EFAP, this whole thing basically. But
Man, these people took my kids from me, then they froze my bank account. I got so much.
These people took my kids away from me. These kids took my bank account. He's already starting off the verse with these people, so he's obviously targeting certain people, and he's saying that he's displaying what his issue is or how what's got him to this point. And as we know, if you know, like I don't know, Frank Castle, the Punisher, why did he go off? Because his whole family died. So as you know, there's a certain point that only people can handle until they just completely go off the goop. Now, being off the goop doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. It just means that you just go off and you don't care about how you're presented as. Anyway, moving forward. Got all this anger in me. I don't know how to take it out. Feel like I'm in the Matrix. I actually don't have anything. Obviously, that's kind of... I don't understand how you couldn't catch this.
Well, I mean, I knew what he was trying, but how is it esoteric? It's very obvious what he's trying to say.
It's not... No, but you just said that... That was it.
Well, okay.
Like, the song was just...
Other songs, but how many other songs complain about the industry?
The Rape Under by Mos Def.
There you go.
And
Lil Xan was complaining about people controlling him, right? I think even Tupac.
No, there's the one Drake song. The one Drake song, 21
There
Savage.
you go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Drake is red pill. Did you see that? Drake is red pill.
But here's the thing. But that's the thing, is that people know that the industry, the people that sign these rappers, control them. That's what I'm trying to say. How is it offensive? Other than saying Hell Hitler.
I don't care. You're right about that part. I'm saying is that you said that the video is just Hell Hitler, which means that it's just edgelord material. Like, no, it's not.
No, obviously he's talking about his kids and shit. But what
I'm not saying that just him talking about his kids. I'm saying that
But this is the thing.
Because you're acting like the song was just him saying Heil Hitler 30 times.
But the thing,
like this is like one
okay,
of your
maybe I
rinky-dinky little Dirk
misspoke.
songs.
But maybe I misspoke.
You need to apologize to Ye right now.
Yay, I'm sorry. But what I'm trying to say is that complaining about the industry and rapping about your children isn't something new to hip hop. Maybe I misspoke, right?
You're getting
But
canceled right now.
other than saying that,
Once we get Ye into the presidency, you're gonna get executed and arrested.
dude, I support Ye. I've been one of his number one supporters.
Nah, we got the videos back in the day when you called the Kids See Ghosts and the Ye album trash. We got those videos.
Well, I evolved as a person, and
got
if
those
Christ,
videos.
if Christ is king, then I can repent. Play the fucking video.
The Matrix, when I fucked my nitrous. Yes, I am a cook. I like when people fuck on my dish.
Okay, that's the one bar where I can't like decipher what it means. It says I'm a cuck. I like the way people fuck on my bitch. I'm trying to figure out like, cause I think it's supposed to be wordplay, but I can't figure out what the wordplay is, or I don't even know if
I think it's hyperbole.
Okay, what's the?
Is that people know what? What were you
I
gonna
got
say?
it.
Say
He's
it.
saying I'm a cuck because I like why people freak around about my bitch. So I guess what he's saying is that he likes it when people.
He likes that people lust over his wife.
Yeah.
So in a roundabout kind of way, that makes him
Or freak out like, oh, she's not wearing anything, and so I guess he gets like an arousal over
other people arousing over his wife.
Oh, figure it out.
There you go.
I didn't have to go to college for that.
Shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-chrome Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain.
So this verse is him phrasing why he has to be the bad guy in this scenario.
Because they took his kids away from him.
Yeah, so he's bringing up all his points.
This is what he's saying. I will take it as low as I fucking need to
Yeah.
get my kids back.
Well,
I don't care what the industry says I can and cannot do. I will take it as low as possible to get my family back. And that's what a man does for his family. He will go to the lowest of the low, travel the ends of the earth to get his family back.
I think what it's trying to say is that, like, not him, but the way he's being perceived is such as a low point that there's nowhere actually lower that he can go. So if he has like the basically like, because being low, being treated like how he's being treated, it does give him some sort of freedom to make stuff that if he did have all like the appraisal, he had all the awards, he was appreciated by the Matrix, he probably wouldn't have made a video or a song like this.
He probably would have gotten his kids, but his kids probably would have been fucked up, like Will Smith's kids.
Yeah, or they would have like, even if he didn't completely like how, even if you saw his kids, he wouldn't be like that. But the way from what I understand is that he can't, like some of his kids, he hasn't seen them all year, so it's a very important thing for him. And it's kind of, again, it's like if you're a man, you can't see your kids. It's like, what other point? Or you're like,
there's no other point to live.
God forgive him, your kid's even dead. It's like, what other thing can you do? And that's kind of like
that's what he's going to.
So basically, he's kind of like you know, like I don't know, like Frank Castle, Liam Neeson, and Taken, where it's like, hey, if I don't have my kid, like I'll do all this crazy shit. And this is like, I don't know, guys, this is like the black version of doing that. I don't know.
All right, play the song.
Oh wait, what the last thing, I didn't know this until like 2 hours ago, but allegedly the whole sample of this song is from
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah,
the main theme song.
Yeah, so they took like a bass line from that and they used this. Now, from what I understand, is it a bass movie? I don't know.
It's a bass movie. No, I've seen it in the same.
It's a movie.
No, I've seen it in the Trad West, like that Save Europa, that area of the internet. I've seen that song played, and I've seen the movie also added to the edits.
All right, but that does kind of like elevate it a little bit to me, that they use like, I just thought, oh, he got like a really good baseline 808 for that. But now that I'm hearing, I'm like, no, that's actually.
But that elevates it more because imagine if you use Fight Club.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the best way I can describe it. Play that shit. How
She wanna fuck with Japan. I put the chrome on the Benz. She reaching down in my pants. She got the world in her hands.
Frame to stop because I guess this release that's on YouTube is like so low quality. But I was waiting to stop on a frame that like obviously show that they're wearing like wolves, like they're wearing wolves clothing or their fur or whatever you want to call it. Now I think obviously there's two things that are very intentional in this. It's the fact that all the people there are male, black, dark skinned. All the people lined up here, male, black, dark skin. Obviously, the closest thing is that it could be allusion to Ye, who is also male, dark skin, black. But I think the deeper meaning is that okay, so they're in their like kind of primate like stage of being.
Blackmail. Prime stage.
I got blackmail on you. This whole thing's blackmail on you now. I was just talking about the fact that this thing had a bunch of black males on it. Okay, so like the wolf is being true to yourself, being your innate primal urge. Don't. Oh my.
You could have just kept talking.
No, because you're gonna literally like do a, and then on the sound it was gonna be like, it's gonna have all the sound and everything.
Yeah, it's ASMR.
Yeah, that's the meaning. That's the meaning of HH.
Basically, man willing to go to his primal instincts to defend his family.
No, you absolutely failed the test right now.
Sorry.
That's like what someone writes on their book report when they like didn't read the book type shit. The point of this video is that, or the music video is that Ye and all the people in this are being true to themselves, the true primal urge, and their primal urge that every male has is to say, maybe if you're like a Jewish guy, a Jewish kid,
Or if you're brainwashed.
like you might, but like everyone, once they've heard about Hitler, they see the movies and everything, they don't just think, oh, that's a bad guy. If you're a wife guy, yeah, but imagine you could tell if someone's a wife guy like by the time they're like in third grade. Like he just like I don't know, he gets like skim milk and we could tell, okay, that's a wife guy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because we always got 2%, right? Because there were niggas that got skim milk, remember?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Like it's showing like I like skim milk. Like, okay, you're a wife guy.
Yeah, fucking wife guy.
But yeah, that's the but going back. So yeah, that's the primal urge. So this whole thing is basically about freedom and what freedom can grant you, but also when you're in a free state of mind, you also are primal at the heart of it. And but also I would say that the whole black thing is kind of like an angle to be like, yeah, you guys didn't expect all these black guys to be saying it. You thought I was gonna say it, but now I got a bunch of black guys to say it. That's kind of the flip. That's kind of the reversal. But yeah, that's the whole meaning of it. Do you have anything else to say?
No, it was a good song, dude. No, I liked it. Other than defending your family, again, defending your family and complaining about the rap industry, the investors, whom we shall not name, right? That's nothing new to hip hop. That's the point that I was trying to make. That's not a new take.
So you're saying you didn't notice it because it's like the same thing as like someone talking about their Glock.
It's the same thing as Eminem rapping about his daughter.
So like the only new thing that this song brought was the main chorus.
Yeah.
So that's the only part you really noticed.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
It's not that it's a bad. I love the song, dude. I fucking love this song. I'm just saying that.
It just felt like the first time when we were talking about it, you felt like you're kind of like demeaning like.
Well,
like
no. Okay, maybe I didn't present it properly, but no, I'm not demeaning what he's going through. Not at all.
No, I'm not talking about demeaning what he's going through. I'm talking about demeaning like the song as just being, oh, the song's just saying Heil Hitler 30 times.
No, obviously there's a deeper meaning to it. This song is relevant.
You literally said like 10 minutes ago, like, no, I didn't see the deeper meaning.
Well, I didn't see the deeper meaning in the sense that
I didn't see the video essay.
A lot of people, a lot of rappers complain about the rap industry.
Oh, so it's kind of just like.
It's like, oh yeah, like there's a bunch of other rappers that rap about that shit. Except that when Ye does it hits harder because why? Because he's being taken away from his family, not because he's gang banging, not because he's drug dealing, not because he didn't pay somebody something so he could get his new album on. No, because he wanted freedom from his investors. That's why he called DEFCON 3, right? And because of that tweet, he got his whole fucking career taken from him.
No, I think it's a little before that.
Well, when he did shit with Trump.
No, I think the divorce he had, because in the timeline for like, what was it? It was like so Donda. That was when he got divorced, or at least it was split. But then Donda 2 was when he got divorced. That's why in the Donda 2, the artwork is of a burning house because the symbolism was that he was gonna. I think he even explained this before, is that no matter like he said that the reason or the story of this album was about burning the house, running into a burning house down, saving your kids. So and this is before he was saying anything crazy or currently crazy, but because or at least he's blaming all the lawyers. What he's saying is that all the lawyers and all the people that were against him in the divorce happened to be these people, and he's like, so well, I don't have my kids now, so I can't.
So I'll take it to as low as I need to take it to.
Yeah, if I can't have access to my kids, then like, what's the point? No, not even that, but also, you're gonna like cuck him with Pete Davidson.
Literally.
That's the So
but
that's what he just went.
No, yeah, you can respect Ye for that. I think it was a good song and all that, but I kind of want to segue a little bit, right?
What do you mean, but?
What do you mean?
You said but.
But
you want to segue.
I want to segue.
So you don't actually like this song?
I love this song. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude. You just want to get Ye on the episode.
I love this song, dude.
He's not gonna get on. Like, I don't even think he can come to Chicago anymore. Like, he's not gonna be on the episode.
Dude, you know I love the song. We literally talked about this before we started recording.
You're liking the song. You're fake liking the song, bro. It's not the same thing. I heard this song and I played it over and over.
Yes,
and over
me too.
And over 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 again. What are you don't even know what the song's called. You said it was some word. All right, but what do you want to talk about?
No, I wanted to segue into the other topics that we were supposed to talk about, but in the beginning you were talking about whatever the fuck it was you were talking about. So,
what, are you being fucking passive aggressive now?
No, I'm trying to keep the show going.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to segue in because you talked about.
I don't understand the meaning. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
iDubbbz.
What did he make like a new video or something?
Yeah, he did.
I'm pretending like I don't know, but I don't want to play over the video just because.
Well, you don't gotta play over the whole video, but you could just play over the part.
I just think it's so dumb that he quit the boxing thing. It's so dumb. That because he decided to get into a beef with H3 this late in the before the event was gonna start. Not even that. He and Anissa separated themselves from Creator Clash, and now Harley Epic Mealtime, he's not even going to fight, and that was their head fighter. That was but I guess what they're doing now is that they're wiping their hands clean from the whole thing. He's saying, "Oh, we don't have anything to do with it anymore." Months before the thing's gonna happen, they're wiping their hands clean. And it's funny because they were, from what I heard, they were gonna sell it. Or like Fox Sports, I think wanted the whole event. They were gonna sell them the rights for like $12 million. And they
Holy
said no,
shit!
because this guy's a wife guy, and his wife wanted to be a boxing promoter, and now they don't have either of it. So the only thing they could do is they're kind of like leeching out to the next thing. So this boxing thing didn't really go well. We try to clean our image and everything. 'Cause remember, the whole reason they did the boxing, this influencer boxing, is because they thought that it had been perverted by all the Jake Paul KSI stuff. So they were like, we're not gonna do.
But
this
they had
gimmick.
Boogie 2988 versus the other nigga from LolCal.
No, they didn't. Not Ian. That was like a Keemstar thing.
That boxing event?
You thought that was Ian's thing?
Yeah.
No, that was a Keemstar. That was a Keemstar Days In Happy Punch thing. That's the thing that Sam Hyde their cones or whatever.
What the fuck?
You didn't know that?
No, I dead ass no. On everything.
Why would he work with Wings of Redemption and Boogie 298?
At this point, I don't know anymore.
You thought that Anissa and iDubbbz created that? Or that set up
I thought that
whole
was
fight?
one of the fights leading up to
No,
iDubbbz
they
fight.
don't have any actual interesting fighters. The only interesting fighters is Epic Mealtime and Eagle Raptor. Those are
Epic
the only-
Mealtime. I think he did a video with H3 too. No, a podcast.
Eventually, yeah. But
No, because I think I remember H3.
Recently?
No, I'm talking about when H3 first started.
Yeah, well, that's what I heard. Boogie 298 did an episode with H3, and since they were cool, Boogie 298 had a thing with iDubbbz now.
Bro, H3 did an episode with Jordan Peterson. Doesn't mean that.
Yeah, now Jordan Peterson's gonna
Now Jordan Peterson. That's so funny. Now Jordan Peterson supports.
Supports what?
Gila's group.
Did you see that interview that everyone's getting mad at about not mad, but they're laughing at the interview he had with James Lindsay. You know who James Lindsay is?
No, is it?
I guess enough about this guy. There's not really anything really. Jordan Peterson. So James Lindsay, he's like this like intellectual guy from what I heard. He is not like, so this is funny. So like he got I think like he was part of like that intellectual dark web thing where it's just like a bunch of people who like they seem to be smart and they seem to be like on the right. But I think the problem is that there's a lot of people in that scene that they're not necessarily like right wing, but they're anti-modern liberalism. Mm-hmm. So we kind of like what the right did, and the mainstream right, I would say, what they did is that they put all these people together, but then now we kind of realize like, okay, no, we're not all on the same page. We don't all have the same problem. Like, so this guy, he created this word called the woke right. And James Lindsay, this guy, this fat-looking G.D. Vance-looking guy, because he's like an atheist too, at least from what I remember. And so a bunch of these people like, I don't know, started arguing with all these people. But he said something that was pretty funny if I could find the thing. But again, and obviously since Jordan Peterson doesn't like this, like whatever, you know what they mean by like the woke rate, right?
Yeah, I know what
You know,
mean.
just people who like, you know, they try to talk about stuff that isn't just like
America First
allowed
people.
on YouTube, JQ people, all that stuff.
Goipers.
What they consider is that they're not they're taken away from the movement. So what these two guys are trying to do, they're trying to like normalize or like make the only people on the right wing the mainstream people. But let me see what they.
What are you in trouble for now?
The woke right. It's a fraught term, right? Because you have woke, which they associate with left. You have right, which they associate obviously with the right. And so now you've got a paradox.
It's troublesome for those with the conservative for that.
So the problem is that they saw people that disagree with them politically and decided like, oh no, it's not like these people are like more right wing.
I love that pause frame that you have.
Is that they decided that all these people that disagree with them are not more right wing than them. They're actually just woke. Now, see, another stupid thing is, I don't know if I ever, probably never, but just the idea of labeling everything woke was
Or
dumb.
based.
Well, it was different. They're different. But the problem is that these things are like terms that were just like, okay, no. So woke was like a black person thing, and it was like, actually no, being woke is actually right if you're being honest. Because but just for
The original definition of the meaning.
Well, the original definition of woke was kill whitey. What do you mean by, what was your original definition?
Knowing what's right and wrong. Being woke. Being awoken to what's right and wrong.
Yeah, but the people who started, the black people who started it, what they're really trying to say is like, oh, be woke, be like, which basically means being more knowledgeable. But in their version, being more knowledgeable means killing white people, like kill whitey's their end goal. Am I wrong?
I'm not disagreeing.
Not every black person, their goal is to kill whitey. Am I wrong? If you talk to any black person, they're gonna say, I want to kill all white people. But yeah, essentially being woke is being tapped in, I mean, knowing everything. Which, if you're really thinking about it,
That's what I associated. Not associated.
What I'm
But
associating
original
with is that one Donald Glover song where it's like, stay woke. So that's what it's a black thing.
That's not Donald Glover. Is it Donald Glover?
Childish Gambino.
There you go.
But he's Donald Glover.
I forgot what his real name was.
But anyway, so that's where the original word woke comes from. But I don't know how they got to this, but I don't know which YouTuber started saying it. That being woke started basically meaning like being delusional, like a delusional liberal, and then it caught on. And then I remember when what's it called, when Ron DeSantis, you know who Ron DeSantis is?
Yeah, governor of Florida.
Okay, just making sure you're dotting your T's, crossing your I's, and in your eyes. Gigi, you're. Why are you doing a racial like? Why are you doing like a racial like empathetic, racial like acting like? Come on, man.
I was just making fun out of the woke right.
But so like the governor of Florida, he said that Florida is where woke goes to die, and because at the time that's what he says. This is like probably like in 2018 or something like that. 18? No, it was probably like 2022. Oh my gosh, all my years are messed up. But because the word had been so perverted by the right wing.
Well, I would say 2022 is basically 2018 part 2.
Yeah, really think about it. But because the word woke had become so perverted by the right wing, and it meant something totally else. It didn't mean that the black people definition wasn't different. So when black people hear Florida is where woke goes to die, what they hear is like, oh, you're gonna kill black people. So there's two totally different definitions of the word woke that they still have, and the right perverted. I literally I don't know how this word caught on, where it's like, look at these woke people. Like, okay, obviously, like if you, it is understandable as to why being woke is a good insult on some level, because like, oh, like just because you're knowledgeable or you think you're knowledgeable on stuff means that you know what you're talking about. But you don't.
Well, just because you're knowledgeable on some topics doesn't mean you're knowledgeable on all topics. So I can see where that insult.
Yeah, it just means that you're like it's called being fake educated.
Because
Nice
why?
to see you,
Because
Dr.
why?
Lindsay.
Wait.
It's good to see you,
It's
Dr.
been-
Peters.
Can I-
need to listen to Dr. Lindsay.
But listen, you said you're trying to like be fake educated, right? So I'm gonna
Bro, where's the sun bruise?
I'm gonna fake Tucker Carlson you. Are you trying to say that being uneducated is to be black?
No, being educated is to be black. That's why these guys are saying. That's why the black saying is like stay woke. It means know your shit.
So are you saying that blacks are the traitors to democracy?
That was an epic fail. That made no sense.
I don't know. I was just trying to make a Tucker joke.
Years, eh?
And also Tucker's a Fed asset. His family's CIA.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah. So, what are you in trouble for now?
The woke right.
Lay it out, man.
It's a fraught term, right? People see it as paradoxical
Boring.
because you have woke, which they associate with left. You have right,
Bro, can I
which
watch
they
this in the
associate
clip?
obviously with the right. And so now you've got a paradox. And so I've caused
Ooh,
myself some
paradox.
trouble by calling a radical segment, not the whole right, a radical segment of the right, woke right, which I kind of started doing, I guess, last fall,
Yeah.
September. I really I started
I guess I kind of started doing that last fall.
using it before that. The term, I didn't invent the term. A lot of people accuse me of inventing the term or credit me with it.
Bro,
this
yo
term
mama
has been in
invented
rough
that term,
circulation,
nigga.
floating around in the.
No, it's because originally the term woke right meant like Ron DeSantis supporters. Is like, or like people who were like, oh, like we need we need more gay people in MAGA type shit. That was what woke right was like originally used. Like I'm talking about like 2023 probably, something like that. But then this guy was like, oh no, these guys are the woke right actually.
The internet space for at least since middle of 22, so it's not a brand new term. I just adopted it and went kind of hard about
I just
it.
adopted it.
And the simplest explanation I give people for, well, what do you mean by woke right? How does that make sense? And
I
I
just
say, well, it's
adopted a
woke
black
people
child from
who call
Africa.
themselves conservatives, and some of them don't though. They call themselves right wing, and they distinguish that conservatives and right wing are different. But it's woke people, so the whole suite of behaviors, beliefs, even the deep metaphysical constructs underneath those beliefs, and as you recently pointed out, I think the psychology that generates those beneath all of that, the cluster B personality disorders are presenting,
These
and
nuts.
the psychopathologies. It's like
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be playing this thing in whole, but there's a part of the interview where he oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna have to look through it on X, but
What's the point you're trying to make about the?
no, so well that it's dumb. The whole saying is dumb and everything. But what people are trying to do, they're trying to be like, oh, I'm not one of those guys, because they started bringing everyone together on the right wing, and then when Trump got in, they're like, oh no, I'm not actually that guy. But there is a clip that was funny because he kind of like, well, what I'm trying to say is that it's funny that these guys are so like purity spiraling, but then they'll allow like people like him who isn't really right wing or conservative at all. He just happens to be a guy that happens to be friends with right wing people, so he's part of this movement now. even though he just shoehorned himself in. But you know how he shoehorned himself in?
How?
Because he has a degree, a college degree or whatever. He's an intellectual. Same thing with Jordan Peterson. That's how.
What is that, a callback to earlier this episode?
Yeah. Now us, we can't really do anything because like, oh no, he's just.
So we shouldn't have any say in American politics?
No, it's not that. It's that it's easier to have a say in American politics when you have a little paper that says that you are knowledgeable in this.
Well, I have a paper that says I graduated from trade school.
Adorable. So this people, current terminology, and
Oh my gosh, wasn't even the right thing. Yeah, so people are gonna say obviously, oh, they trust you with working on HVAC.
You know what? Let me tell you this though. A lot of the HVAC guys I never went to school are probably the best HVAC guys you can have work on your system.
Again, that doesn't matter because they don't care because you don't have the piece of paper.
So you're saying me, a lazy piece of shit, will be a better candidate?
No, I'm saying that people are gonna look
At my degree,
yeah,
despite being a lazy piece of shit.
I just have been saying the whole entire time. I'm not saying it's the truth. That's why we call the show the Black Truth, because people can't handle the truth, but they need a little piece of paper to be like, okay, maybe
because it's written with black ink.
No, it doesn't. You're just being retarded.
No, it's written with black
You
ink.
just ruined the whole bit right now.
Wake up.
Okay, look. Okay, this is the clip I was showing you.
Okay, so I want to talk about this Lucifer idea. So Lucifer is the morning star, and he's the angel of the untrammeled intellect. That's how he's portrayed in Milton, right? And he's allied in some strange way with the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
If I might just interject, if he's the morning star, what do you do in the morning after the morning star rises? You wake up.
Right.
Woke.
Right.
Right now, listen, you live in the hood, go ask your dealer to get a gun, because I want to shoot myself. Okay, if I ever have to hear some shit like this again, I'd rather be dead than be woke.
Yeah, that was the main thing I wanted to show you. It was so funny. This part right here. wait.
If I might just interject.
This is how I feel like when like you interrupt like what I'm saying and you're like, well,
if he's the morning
star, what do you do in the morning? You're woke. Like he went like no one ever said that in their life that that's what woke means. But he's trying to add deeper things to it. But yeah, that was it. Last thing, since we're talking about Jordan Peterson, you know, Jordan Peterson with Daily Wire, and we know Daily Wire, former Daily Wire person. I was gonna connect it and not just be like, oh, let's segue. I was gonna find a better way to segue into it. But you're like, oh, God, I just want to talk about her.
I want to go.
Dude, now the rent to the studio is gonna go up because
the rent in the studio is gonna go up because white people are moving to our hood, nigga. Why aren't you subscribed?
Cause she doesn't make good content. Does she say it in one of these videos?
No, you gotta go to Instagram.
I gotta go to brettcooper.com.
No, you gotta go to Instagram because I woke up in the morning and I saw that shit.
Dude, she looks like a transgender, bro.
Don't fucking say that about my babe. Guys, Brett Cooper is pregnant. So, that might be a deal breaker for some of you.
What?
Right?
But just being married wasn't enough?
Just being married wasn't, but now being pregnant, that might be the deal breaker. But for some of you guys, that might that might make it better. With that being said, this has been the Black Truth. HH was fire. iDubbbz is a cuck. Fuck Jordan Peterson. Brett Cooper is pregnant. Still hot as fuck. Subscribe for more. Goodbye.
What he's trying to say is that all is right in the world because of that.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it. Just to get it out there, we are going to do a video on Neon Genesis Evangelion. the original anime series in the movie, but it will be a more highly edited video. It's not going to be in podcast form like this. Eventually, it's going to come out. I just need to get all my stuff together. But yeah, it's going to be a way more high effort content than what the reg, we're used to. Whoa! Why did my monitor move? All right, be good. Be you. That's enough for you.